Hey everybody, welcome back to another video on the Sage Barista Express. Today I'm going to go through making a cup of coffee from scratch. I've got asked lots of questions on my videos on what grind setting I use, how do I weigh my coffee, how do I know how much liquid's coming out, all those kind of things, and I thought I'd actually answer all these questions in one video and show you all the settings from scratch. So this may be a slightly longer video than normal, and I'm trying to do a few cuts just when I'm grinding things and such so that it doesn't take a long time, but other than that you're going to see exactly what I'm doing. This isn't for those people out there that are potentially coffee snobs, okay? What I mean by coffee snob is that you might pour a cup of coffee and think, oh, that's terrible, and throw it in the bin. Now I'm here to save money. I don't want to waste coffee. So what I'll also show you is if I produce a cup of coffee that looks slightly weaker, how I go ahead and try and make it so that I can use that cup of coffee. So some people out there might go, that's terrible, I'd never do that, but that's just what I do because I think coffee is expensive, and when I make coffee I want to use it. So that's the first point. Second point is that the question I get mainly asked is, do I have to set my grind settings for every bag of coffee I get? Yes, you do, even if it's the same brand of coffee, because coffee beans vary depending on the type of year, depending on how they've been ground, depending on your machine, depending on the moisture in the air. There's lots of things that can affect how the grind of coffee comes out each time, even if it's the same bag of coffee. So you might have to fine tune it, but other than that, you know, each time you'll keep your settings fairly similar, but you will have to kind of dial it in. I've just finished using packed coffee, so the bag's completely empty now. Really nice company in the UK. And I've actually just bought a bag, this is the one I'm going to show you with, which is called 200 Degrees Coffee, which is a local roastery here in Nottingham, they make fantastic coffee, very, very good, check them out. So let's get into this. I'm going to show you the settings that I've got currently, and what I generally do is to start off with, I start off with my grind setting on around about 5. I found that that's kind of a good place to start for every time you're starting a new fresh grind, and then from there it's easy to dial either up or down depending on what you want. Now obviously if you're choking the machine, which in other words means your pressure gauge is going right up and there's hardly any coffee coming out, your grind is too fine, so you need to make it coarser, which means the numbers need to go up, not down, right? Okay, so that's the first thing to keep in mind. When you put the numbers down, you're going to get a finer grind, which means you're going to choke the machine even more. So if you're not getting much coffee out or not much espresso coming out the actual spout, obviously make your grind slightly coarser, that way you'll get more liquid coming out. Okay, so all I've done so far is I've poured out my coffee beans itself and measured them out or weighed them, and you can see I've got 17.9, that's near enough 18 grams. So I usually go for, to start off with, around 18 grams. And if you remember on my last video, I always like to go for about a 30 to 35 second pull. Now just a couple of settings on here. If you remember, when you're looking at this espresso range, don't worry too much if you think it's really, really high or it's not getting high enough. As long as you're pulling and getting enough pressure to pull around a 30 to 35 second shot of espresso, you're probably going to be good to go. If it's obviously really, really low, it's going to be too coarse to grind, so you're going to need to make it finer. And obviously if it's way too high starting off with and it's choking the machine, you're going to need to make it slightly coarser, right? So on the side, at the moment I've just got this on a very, very high grind setting, but I always like to start off around about between 5 and 6. So obviously if it chokes the machine, I'm going to put it higher. If it coming out way too fast, I'm going to put it lower. So that's why I like to start off. I start off around about between 5 and 6, and that's going to be my starting grind. So the coffee has now been ground and I'm ready to put it in the machine. So I'm just going to pop it in and get my cup that's all been pre-warmed beforehand. And then what I can do on here, just to show you this, I'm going to use my timer on here. So I've got a little stopwatch, which is very useful having kind of a weighing scale like this. And then I'm going to press my double shot. So I'm going to hit this timer and then I press my double shot. So there we go, enough pressure. And that actually looks very, very good to me. That's looking really good indeed. It's not too fast. Looks a little bit like runny honey. It's still going. And I'll stop the timer when it stops. Okay, I happened to be very, very lucky with that one, and actually it took 36 seconds just after I stopped it. So it just happens that in that example, I happened to do it spot on first time round. But what I'll do next, I'll actually just show you choking the machine and what you can do to kind of get around that if you still want to use that cup of coffee rather than throwing it away. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to try and choke the machine. So I'm actually going to put it, it was at just between 5 and 6, I'm actually going to put it to 2, just to show you what will happen when I choke the machine and when the pressure's really high and it's struggling to get a shot out. Okay, so again, I have now weighed out my coffee, and if I just show you this, you can see I've got my 17.9 grams again, so it's pretty much exactly the same as it was last time, but this time I've got the grind setting obviously on one of the finer settings. So I'm deliberately trying to choke the machine in this case. So I've got my beans, I'm going to add them in, get rid of the old puck, and let's get this ground. So I'm showing you the grinding process this time. So this time again, I'm using my grinding ring, which I did a review on. I highly recommend you get one of these. Helps you keep your machine clean and stops coffee spilling over, but also helps you keep the coffee within the actual portafilter as well. I really like using this. I always use it every time now that I grind. So just tapping that out, trying to get the coffee nice and even. Just removing any excess coffee off the side, just making sure it's nice and level. And there you go, you can see my coffee is nice and level. You need to make sure that is nice and level before you put it in, otherwise you will get uneven kind of dispersion of water around the puck. Obviously, expecting it to purposely choke the machine. So I'm going to press a double shot, then I'm going to press this timer again. So pressure's building up. Pressure's nice and high. And look, hardly anything, well nothing at the moment is coming through. Okay, now this might, okay, it's starting to drip now, but very, very slow compared to what I had last time. Again, this may be completely acceptable depending on your flavour profile and what you like. So it is actually dripping through, but it's going to be much, much stronger. It might be quite acidic. It's starting to come through a little bit quicker now. So you can see there we're up to 40 seconds, so it's too long for me. So I know that will be, you know, quite a bitter shot. So there you go, so that's taken around about 50 seconds, which is too long, okay? But let's just say that's come through now, and do I still want to drink it? Well, I don't want to waste that coffee. So some people will throw it away because they don't want to use that. But actually, if you were really, really struggling to get water through, and let's say I didn't even get that kind of volume coming through, what I would do is when the water's come through the puck and the coffee's actually saturated, you will find that if it's completely blocked up and nothing's come through or just a few drops, what you can do is press double shot again and water will actually start coming through and you will get some flow and you will get some espresso coming through the coffee puck. Now that might be unacceptable to certain people, but if you don't want to waste expensive coffee and you want to reuse it, I would suggest doing that. I'm just going to show you now on a single shot just to show you what would happen. So if I press it now, you'll see the flow is much, much quicker. See, the coffee is actually now coming through. The espresso is actually flowing through. So I might get the dose that I want, and you see the pressure's building up, not as high, and I can stop it there. So I might use that just so that I'm not wasting coffee. Okay, so that, you know, I said it's not for everybody. Some people might not find that acceptable, but for me personally, I would rather use that shot and add some milk to it or make it into a flat white, and it'll be completely acceptable. So I hope you found this video helpful. This is just what I do when I am dialing in my espresso, and it may be completely unacceptable to certain people, but I want to save on coffee and I don't want to keep wasting coffee each time I'm trying to dial my coffee in. So my suggestion, my number one kind of benefit or tip for you would be to start off with your grind much finer so that you can then savour or actually reuse some of those shots that you might throw away. By just simply pressing the single shot or double shot again to get a pull of espresso. If you do it too coarse, you're not going to be able to use that coffee, right? It's going to be weak and it tastes awful. So start off finer, and then you can actually dial it down each day, or many more times you want to try it out. And that way you're going to save on coffee and you're not going to waste anything. Like I said, to some people that might be unacceptable, but that's just what I do because I don't want to waste coffee. And I find most times the coffee tastes absolutely fine once you've change it into like a flat white or a latte. You won't notice the difference unless I say you're a coffee connoisseur. So check out my other video, especially on cleaning this machine if you haven't already, because I know a lot of people are having problems cleaning it because the instructions that you get with the Barista Express are incorrect if you bought a machine sort of prior to 2018. And so have a look at that video. I'll leave links below to all the other videos that I've done on this. If you've got any comments or questions, let me know as always. And if you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm always uploading new content, and I'll catch you on the next video.